What is up, guys? EvilDuosArm here today, and today I have for you a video where we're going to be looking at the new Eternal Night update that is coming to Blade & Soul on May 9th. We're going to go over all of the patch notes, everything you can want to know about this update. I'm going to streamline it, hit only the high points for you, but if you do want to read everything, you can check out the description below for the link to the full update patch notes. Anyway, let's get into it, and let's try and get this over as fast as possible for you. So, first things first, we have two PvE content-related things coming. We have the Nightfall Sanctuary raid. The Nightfall Sanctuary raid is the highest raid in the game. It will be the most difficult raid. You'll need to be very well geared for it. Because that is out of reach for a large portion of the player base here in Blade & Soul. But with this does come some reductions to the VT or Temple of Illuvium, whatever you want to call that raid. They've lowered some of the stats on that, which we're going to get into later in the video. So it kind of balances out, makes it easier for players to catch up to this content while still providing the endgame player something to do. So a nice little thing. If you want to look more into that, I'd recommend looking elsewhere other than this channel, though, because I don't have the content yet, so I haven't played it. Anyway, so next thing is Sandstorm Temple. Same thing as above. Check out other places. Google around a little bit if you want to see more information about it. It looks like a pretty cool little 6-player dungeon. It will once again also be the highest content dungeon-wise. It'll be above that New Mog Drowning Deeps dungeon. So yeah, it'll be child's play compared to this. But oh wait, Ransack Treasury is actually above that. I don't even know where I am in this game anymore. But anyway, yeah, it's going to be the new high-end game dungeon that you're going to have to go ahead and run. So those are your two PvE contents that are coming. Now the big one that I really want to spend some time going over, because I've gotten a ton of questions on this, is the new in-game event. So this event is like a soul upgrading event, or it's focused on giving you a soul and a legendary soul if you are a player that doesn't have one yet. If you do already have that legendary soul, not really the greatest event, but you could. And this is just a throwing this out there idea. I have no idea how it'll actually work, but you could run this event, right? Get your high level soul, trade in your soul, then use Sealing Charms to seal that soul and go ahead and sell the soul for its market value right now is like 5,000 gold. And the Sealing Charms will set you back about 2,000, 3,000 gold, so you can make 2,000 gold off this event if you go through the whole thing and put it on. Now I'm sure a lot of people are going to do this, and it's going to cost the price of the soul to drop as well, which means it actually might be a great time to just straight up buy your soul during this event. These are just some speculative ideas that might happen, they may not happen, don't take my word for it, it's just an idea that popped into my head. Anyway, let's get into it and actually talk about what's going on with this. And for this, I'm actually going to split my camera capture device here to pull up the actual patch notes from Blade & Soul. I'm going to go ahead and put those up on the screen right now, so give me one moment. Alright, so we have the table here that shows you your Pristine Astral Oil rewards. So, for running these dungeons, so if you complete your daily challenge, Naryu Sanctum, Iron-Tech Forge, Ebendrake Lair, Dawn of Kandavihar, Falnaranzu School, and Snowjade Fortress. For completing these dungeons and little mini raids, weekly raids, whatever you want to call them, you're going to get these things called the Pristine Astral Oil. This Pristine Astral Oil can be used to redeem different items. The different items basically are your soul or some lower level things, your fleeting soul, your first fleeting soul. So if we look at the rewards table, you can get Raven Feathers, Clarity Charm, or Fortune Potions for just the Astral Oils, and then you can also trade in for this Fleeting Astral Soul Stage 1. Okay, what's this Fleeting Astral Soul Stage 1? It is a soul that you can equip. It does basically a temporary stat bonus increase for your character. And yeah, it's basically just a temporary soul. So what you want to do here, if you don't have your soul yet, or your Awakened Energy Soul, the one that you see on my character, this one right here, inventory, right here. The Awakened Ascending, or the other option here, if I go to Manage Equipment, the Awakened Hongmoon Energy, your two options here. So if you don't have your soul yet, what you're going to want to be doing with this Fleeting Astral Soul is upgrading it all the way to the maximum stage. The maximum stage is a Brilliant Fleeting Astral Soul and has some caveats which we're going to get into in a second. But what soul am I talking about if you don't have? If you don't have your Awakened Ascending Soul or your Awakened Hongmoon Energy, these are the two souls that you can redeem for. As you can see right here, you've got the Awakened Hongmoon Energy and the Awakened Ascending Soul. They're both redeemed for a Brilliant Fleeting Astral Soul. So, once you get this Fleeting Astral Soul up to stage 6, you can forge it, or whatever word they're using. I forgot, I didn't remember reading it through here. But you can have a chance to fail, and you can upgrade this into the Brilliant Fleeting Astral Soul. That chance to fail decreases as you go through this process. So this event is long enough to where you're going to be able to do this multiple times. You're going to be able to get a stage 1 Fleeting Soul, upgrade it, and then try and forge it into your soul. Somebody worked out the math on Reddit. Somebody worked it out to be that if you run the events, everything you can run every single day, you will get enough stuff to go ahead and get you your soul guaranteed eventually, based on how the RNG changes as you go. So you will have a guaranteed chance to go ahead and get your Awakened Ascending or Awakened Hongmoon Energy, depending on what class you are. So this is a great event for new players if you plan on playing for your entirety of the event. Now that is, you have to log in every day, run every dungeon, run every raid, run everything to do this, but if you do that, you will get your Legendary Soul, and that Legendary Soul, like I said earlier, is a 5,000 gold dump. So huge item here. just for playing the game. Great event. Now, other things you can get from this event, as you can see over here, and I've had the screen up for a little bit, so I'm not going to read everything. Some key things here, though, is the Sacred Vial, and the Sacred Vial is just a sacred oil. They changed the name here, so sacred oils are sealed sacred oils or sacred oils now, and unsealed sacred oils have become Sacred Vial. Why did they need to do that? Who knows? They're feeling bored, I guess. But anyway, a Sacred Vial is now your sacred oil. So you can get sacred oils for a stage 6, which means you're going to need to upgrade this thing a lot. Your gems really aren't too much of a priority here, since these hexagonals only cost you like 80 gold on the marketplace right now anyway. Pet packs should drop in price with the changes that are coming to the economy, which I'll also get to later in this video. Hive Queen's Heart, another great thing. These 5 legendary element and jewel bundles are pretty cool. I don't know that they really work out math-wise though, so once again, this is just another 80 gold item sitting here for stage 4. The thing that's interesting to me are these Hive Queen wings that you can go ahead and pick up for a stage 2, if it is actually multiple wings or if it's just one wing. We'll find out when the actual thing comes out. But yeah, guys, a whole bunch of different little items in here that you can go ahead and pick up. And yeah, that's basically the event. So once again, just to quickly summarize it, run these dungeons that you see on the table right here to the right. Use those to upgrade this Fleeting Astral Soul stage 1 up into stage 6, where you can then have a chance to fail to upgrade this brilliant Fleeting Astral Soul. If you fail, you'll start back at 1, and you got to upgrade it once again all the way back up to the Brilliant Fleeting. As you do this a number of times throughout the event, you basically become to the point where you have a guaranteed chance to get it on the last day of the event, and you will always be able to get your Awakened Hungwood Energy or Sending Soul. You can run this on any alts you want, as many characters as you can run through the daily dungeons or daily quests every single day. So it's a pretty cool event. Some nice little items in there to go ahead and pick up, and yeah, that is that, guys. And then this is the costume that comes along with the event. Nothing special. It's a interesting costume. Actually probably look pretty good with my pistols, but anyway, that is the event. Okay, let's get into more stuff on the update. Next thing we're going to talk about on the update is the reduction to cost. The reduction to cost is a little spreadsheet that they actually put up on their website that you can go ahead and look at. And once again, the link to all this is in the description below. If you can't read this on the screen, or if it's too small or whatever, you can read it yourself. But basically, they are reducing the cost to upgrade. Not really reducing, rebalancing the cost based on materials that you find. It comes out to feeling like a reduction simply because you have more of the materials that you're going to need for these. So example is sacred crystals are being added in instead of moonstones and things like that. So yeah, that's what's going on. As you can see, I've got the full table here. I'm not going to go too crazy into it. I'll zoom in a little bit here so you can kind of look through it while I'm talking about it here, but and that's a little too far in. Let's try 150. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of upgrade changes that are happening. The upgrades are to PvP weapons, PvP accessories, and then your Riftwalk Dawnforged tree as well, and then the Storm Dragon Exalted weapons are getting this rebalancing as well. So Raven accessories are not getting them, and Raven weapons are not getting these changes. So interesting food for thought. So if you have been waiting, sorry, you're not really gaining anything by waiting. The changes are, though, to the Seraph and Baleful weapons, so for newer players, that's pretty cool. Riftwalk and Dawnforged weapon, as I said, then the transition from Riftwalk and Dawnforged to Storm Dragon and Exalted, and then Storm Dragon Exalted weapons themselves. For PvP weapons, it's Galaxy to Awaken, Awaken Descending to Dragonforge, so as you can see, everything's getting a rebalance. And then your accessories, so you got your Destiny through Tiger Bracelet, so basically the lower level, the lower dungeon accessories, legendary accessories. Then we've got the Sky Shatter Inheritor Subjugator Bracelet, so the PvP oriented stuff is getting the cost changes, and then that is it for the accessories. So yeah, no Raven stuff is included on this list. So if you've been saving up on your Raven stuff, no need to worry, you can get at it, upgrading it. So anyway, those are the changes to that. Once again, spreadsheet link I'm probably just going to link separately, so you can check that link out as well in the description below and read through this as your own. Just want to make sure I made a note of it, that there is a rebalance coming to the cost of accessories and weapons. So let's go on to the next thing. Alright, as far as current endgame raids go, so Skybreak Spire and Temple of Illuvium, those two raids, there's actually some interesting changes coming along to these, and some big ones that you're actually going to want to look out for regarding Temple of Illuvium. Anyway, so Skybreak Spire, basically bosses now have the chance to drop the soul shield chest sealed. So instead of having to pray that people's soul shields drop and somebody wants to bid on them, they're sealed. For some of the bosses, not all of them, and you can go ahead and sell the sealed version onto people. It'll make it a little bit easier for raid leaders to distribute loot and make a little bit more money for everybody, since if Blade Dancer stuff drops and there's no Blade Dancers in your party, like happens in every one of my raids, someone will be able to buy the soul shield piece. Pretty cool little adjustment on that one. Now, as far as the big ones for Temple of Illuvium are concerned, so Temple of Illuvium, basically the Hive Queen now has the chance to drop the sealed material. So as you know on the marketplace right now, right, like if you went to your marketplace, hit F5 and typed in sealed. Oh my god, I'm gonna fall out of my tree. I don't want to fall out of my tree. I wanted to record the whole video in the tree. Alright, so if we go into the tree, go into the marketplace, type in sealed Raven Kings. Now let's go Animus, just because I know that one will come up. You can buy the Raven King materials to go ahead and upgrade your weapon to whatever the Raven stage from Baleful Seraph. Well, now you're going to be able to do the same thing with Hive Queen materials, which is crazy. It's honestly crazy. I think it's way sooner than they did the last one. Honestly, I think, well, how long has Skybreak Spire been out? Probably 8-9 months. So this is a lot sooner of a change. So definitely going to see these things be really expensive, and honestly, their price is probably going to drop, just like the Skybreak Spire accessories did as they went, or Skybreak Spire materials. So, but pretty cool. Helping people to get ready and get geared for the Tachyon raid is a nice little change. So that's your first big change there regarding that. Other thing is that Scion's Keep and Temple of Illuvium, the bosses have had their health stats lowered, and also on Scion's Keep, the boss attacks, the Rupture attack, no longer prevents healing. It only reduces healing by 50%, which will allow your tanks to just straight up tank through it as well, making that a lot easier to clear as well. So nice little changes, nice little bonuses to the Temple of Illuvium raid to make it a little easier for people to clear it. Additionally, those two raids, Skybreak Spire and Temple of Illuvium, have a new loot chest box that gets added to them just for this little event time, update time period. And in those boxes, you basically have additional Hive Queen Wings or Raven Feathers, additional EXP charms, a chance of getting cosmetics, but just like the cruddy ones that nobody wants. Yeah, so little bonus loot for completing them, and then you also get like some bonus Raven King souls. And I already said the Hive Queen Feathers, Raven Feathers, Hive Queen Wings. And then you also get a random soul shield piece as well, so a random BT piece or a random VT piece for clearing that as well. So nice little bonuses to those raids. On to the next thing. Alright, so these are just the general changes that are in the new update, so general things that are being added, removed from the game. I'm going to try and cover them all really quickly. Flower of Lament, Tycon skins, no longer in the game. You can exchange this in the exchange window for some extra bonus stuff. Nothing really too crazy that. Nobody's really used them in so long unless you're a new player trying to farm them. You no longer need them to upgrade your weapon, which is cool for new players. They don't need to run the old content. They can get right into the newer stuff. Yeah, nice little quality of life change. Next thing, simplified combat controls. Now you'll be able to just pretty much hold down right mouse button, because if that wasn't a meme enough already in this game, now you can literally just hold down right mouse button and it'll run your main rotation for you. It's not going to do your Flock of Blades setup to get you in for a tank, to be able to tab and tank everything. It's not going to be able to do your full macro for your Shadow Gunslinger rotation, but it'll just do some of your simpler controls to basically make the game a little bit more accessible for newer players, as well as a little bit more casual. So if you are feeling lazy and want to just play with your PlayStation controller, you can put it all on your right trigger and just... because you know I'll be doing that. Alright, so that's what we got for that. Simplified combat controls, nothing too crazy with that. Just a nice little quality of life improvement for newer players, as well as veteran players who want to hang out on their bed instead of sit at this computer desk all day. Alright, pet packs, now bound to account. So all those pet packs you've been getting from this event, don't waste them on those EXP charms. Trade them over to your main, upgrade that soul, upgrade that pet rather, because that pet is now going to increase your attack power. It's a little stat tweaking on that, and basically your pet will increase boss attack power as well as some other stats. I think there's a health recovery or something like that as well along with it. So yeah, you're going to want to upgrade your pet. To stages 6 through 10 has those things. Those been added, so before I said there's no reason to upgrade past stage 6, now they added a reason to upgrade past stage 6, and with all these pet packs you've been getting from this event that's going on right now, great time to upgrade that pet. Like I said earlier, sealed sacred oils are no longer around. It's sealed sacred oil is now just a sacred oil, and sacred oils are sacred vials, so that was what that new item was in the thing. Alright, as far as equipment costs and equipment changes, we have a cost reduction on soul shields. So MSP soul shields cost less MSP flowers and peaches from the Celestial Basin Merchant, as well as Raven soul shield pieces now cost less Raven feathers from the Raven soul shield merchant. Nice little changes for newer players, help them catch up a little bit faster. Like I was saying earlier, Pet Aura has the increased attack power by damage, or attack power, boss attack power at the higher stages from stages 6 through 10. So the regular Hongmoon Pet Aura stage 6 through 10. So like I said before, upgrade past stage 6 now for some bonuses. The cost to upgrade your soul has been reduced a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I believe it was like something like 12 less oils or something to go all the way up to max stage now or something. So nothing too crazy, but a little bit cheaper, which is nice little quality of life improvement as well for players as they're trying to catch up. And then we have a whole bunch of little dungeon nerfs and dungeon reductions. So gold is being nerfed on dungeons. as well as the actual difficulty of the dungeons themselves to be more in line in shifting players towards running the higher gear content. So yeah, basic little changes there. Alright guys, so I was going to go through all the classes here, but this is literally way too much information here. I'm just going to have to recommend you read your own class and see what's changing on these. Like, even if I wanted to do a fast version of this, there's no way I could. I mean, the Soul Fighter is basically an entirely new class. It'd be basically creating an entirely new tutorial on how to play the Soul Fighter or what the Soul Fighter class is. So many changes to that, so many changes to percentages on Blade Dancer and Blade Master. Gunslinger's receiving a whole bunch of changes. Kung Fu Master, a whole bunch. Like I said, Soul Fighter is like a whole new class. Like, literally every single skill has changed on the Soul Fighter. It's really just crazy. So yeah, guys, I recommend reading through your own thing for as far as the classes go. There's so many percent changes and everything. As a general overview, though, it looks like just about every single class is receiving a little bit of a bump in terms of damages or playability. Like, big ones, big changes to point out. Like I already said, Soul Fighter's moving on to a whole new class, whole different scheme. It's basically trying to balance the earth and ice builds a bit more. Destroyer, your big takeaway is that your left mouse button and your right mouse button on the Earth build, you no longer need to be standing still to use, so you can run Earth build, anti-cancel, do more DPS while walking than the Shadow build. Nice little change there. Well, it'd probably be about comparable now, whereas before, if you had to move as the Earth Destroyer, you were doing way less damage. So nice little quality of life change there. That's the biggest ones that I can pick out off the top of my head right now, guys. Soul Fighter and Destroyer changes. But anyway, guys, I hope you found this video useful. I hope it gives you an idea of what is going on in the new patch. Once again, the patch is going live tomorrow, May 9th. So yeah, guys, anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you at the next one. Peace.